After making some gains to start the week, corn, soybeans, and wheat all slumped back. Michelle Rook dives into what's going on with Matt Bennett in this morning's Markets Now.
Grains traded mostly lower on Tuesday with the exception of spring wheat. Matt Bennett with agmarket.net is with us. And Matt, we saw a lot of speculative selling pressure, especially in soybeans on Tuesday. Some of that was kind of tied to risk off in the outside markets, wasn't it?
Yeah, you would have to think so. I mean, there wasn't a ton of news, as you and I talked earlier. Actually, you had no crush numbers out there. We already knew about them, but the bottom line is I've got to think that some of these fund managers are taking a look and saying, who knows? Maybe we're going to be in a situation where we kind of back off here for the time being. We all know that there's crush capacity coming. We're going to see even more soil sitting around. How much of that are we going to gobble up over the next year or two? That remains to be seen. But in the short run, it sure seems like the path of least resistance continues to be lower.
Yeah, soybeans obviously got hit the worst because soybean oil was down so hard. And that was really tied to what you talked about here with the crush figure and whatnot. And is that what pulled down corn, or are we also looking at spec selling just because it looks like, we're going to get this crop planted in pretty decent time?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, plantings have gone well. Second week in a row, you've had good plantings. I mean, not near the pace we saw last week as far as the week over week change, but certainly getting right along there, about 2/3 done. As far as I'm concerned, you're looking towards, for instance, some of your export markets, seeing some of the basis levels plummet, CIF market. Bottom line is this. I feel like there could be some sort of a cancellation on the way this week. I could be wrong, but there's not a whole lot of reasons to see, this basis weakening like we've seen. I'm a little bit concerned as to what we might learn over the next day or two, because we all know what these announcements of cancellations have meant the last couple of times we've seen them. So we got to hope that we don't get more bad news the rest of this week. But for right now, it certainly was a rough day.
No doubt. So does $12 hold in November beans, $5 in December corn, or not?
Well, that's a tough question. Ultimately, I don't believe so. As for right now, I could see that we could maybe catch hold. I mean, seasonally, this isn't the time of year where we're really plummeting. I mean, a lot of times we build a little bit of weather premium going into the heart of the growing season. But at the same time, there's been a lot of reasons, for us to move lower. The report last week certainly wasn't one that you would call friendly. But bottom line is, I've got to think that you hold for now. Ultimately, I don't believe so.
Okay, thanks for joining us. That is Matt Bennett, agmarket.net, and we'll have more Ag Day coming up.
To contact Matt Bennett at Ag Market, call 844-4AG-MARKET or visit their website at www.agmarket.net.